Hi guys and welcome back again to the TechTech YouTube channel. The new Intel Skylake CPU platform brought out the also new Z170 chipset, and with it of course new motherboards, one being the Asus Z170-P model in front of us. This is their a bit more affordable motherboard from their Z170 lineup, but despite of that, as you will see, it comes feature packed. Since it lacks certain features and instead of the usual 5-way optimization technology which you can find on higher end Asus motherboard models, this model represents itself through a 5-way protection hardware safeguards, as you can see on the front of the box, like the overcurrent protection, stainless steel back I/O, and so on. Also down there on the right side of the box there's a sticker which indicates that you'll get a 15-day premium account in the bundle for the game World of Warship. Going to the back of the box, Asus laid out all the goodies in regards to the features, like the upgraded audio circuitry, M.2 interface, and integration of one USB Type-C connector, which is actually not a 3.1 standard but 3.0, and thus you can see the 5 gigabits of speed for it. Back there you will also find a picture of the motherboard with the pointed out hardware components on it and a detailed list of usual technical specifications. Taking a look inside of the packaging, here we have some usual user manuals and other documentations, I/O shield, screws for the M.2 modules, and 2 SATA cables. And here we have the motherboard itself. Outer design and the layout of the Z170P in comparison to the Z97P hasn't changed that much. The only obvious difference when you first lay eyes on it is in design of the passive heatsink of the chipset and power delivery circuitry. This time we have a much subtle and thinner presence of both components, while the light gold color scheme in combination with dark brown and black PCB is still present. The similar design and layout pattern continues on with the Pci Slots, where we have two physical PCI Express X16 slot with electrical X16 support on the top, the grey one, and X8 on the second, black one. Those two go together in X8 mode for purpose of multi-GPU crossfire configuration, but not for the SLI also. In line with them we have two old school PCI slots and two PCI Express X1 slots. Just above them you can notice an M.2 slot which is capable of taking up to 80mm modules with 32 gigabits of bandwidth, combining PCI Express X4 3.0 bus and 2 SATA connectors, which is why you'll see 4 SATA ports on the motherboard labeled from 3 to 6, and not 6 SATA ports labeled from 1 to 6. The rest of the components are pretty much positioned in a standard fashion. On the bottom we have the usual USB headers, front panel and audio headers, while you can also notice that in the left corner starts the audio circuitry with shielding moving to the top. On the outer edge of the motherboard you'll find USB 3 header and 24-pin ATX power connector, whereas the 8-pin EPS power connector is in its usual top edge position together with the fan headers. The only substantial technical difference in comparison to the previous generation, except for the new 1151 LGA socket itself, lies in the support for the DDR4 RAM with 4 DIMM slots for up to 64GB of 3466MHz memory, and also in the fact that this generation has a bit stronger 7-phase Asus GG Plus VRM power design. That's probably because the integrated voltage regulator relocated itself back to the motherboard from the CPU due to the Skylake architecture. Taking a closer look at the back I/O, here we have a pretty usual setup with separate PS2 for keyboard and mouse, one DVI-D and HDMI video output, one USB 3 Type-C connector, two standard USB 3 connectors, two USB 2 connectors, analog audio inputs and outputs, and a gigabit LAN port protected with the Asus network surge protection. Thank you once again guys for checking out our unboxing and preview of the Asus Z170P motherboard. Feel free to give us a thumbs up if you liked this video, leave a comment down below if you have any questions about the product, and of course if you would like to see more content like this you can subscribe to our TechTech YouTube channel, or you can check out our other videos from before.